Hello everybody, welcome back to another video of Inspiration TV. In this video, we will learn about subtraction. Now, if you guys haven't watched the video where I showed how to do addition, basic addition, how to add what is addition, then I suggest you guys go watch that video first before watching this one. Because if you understand addition, then subtraction will be easier. So, let's get all that out of the way, and let's start the video. So, you guys might be wondering, what is subtraction? Well, subtraction is basically taking away an amount. So, if I have 7 cookies, and I take 5 away from that amount, then I only have 2 left. Now, you can also think of subtraction as addition's inverse operation. That's right. Subtraction and addition are inverse operations. So, if we add if we have 2 cookies and we add 7, we have 9. But if we take away 2 cookies from 9, we'll have 7 left. So, it's basically undoing addition. So, thinking about inverse operations is making us want to undo subtraction by doing addition, and make us undo addition by doing subtraction. Now, that's just the basics. Now, I guess I should start with some examples. So, it's pretty much not that hard if you watch the video where I modeled addition. So let's say I want to have 7 things, whatever it is, and I want to take away 3 from it. And I'll have like 3 stuff left. And if you remember from addition, that 3 plus 3 equals 6. So that will make you understand the concept that addition is subtraction's inverse operations. So, they're the opposite of each other. So, now that you understand that, just to keep in mind that addition, it has the commutative property. And you might even be curious, what is a commutative property? Well, the commutative property is switching the order we solve problems in. So, there's not only, like for example, there's not only one way to do 6 plus 7, which gives you 13. We could also do 7 plus 6. There's not only one way we can do it, but for subtraction is a difference. We can't automatically, like if we want to subtract 10 from 13, 13 from 10, we'd have to do 13 minus 10. And it is not the same as 10 minus 13. In fact, if we go to our calculator, calculate that. If we go to our handy calculator, do 13 minus 10, you see that we get 3. But 10 minus 13 is not the same as 13 minus 10. So if we enter that in the calculator, we get -3. Which is not a whole number, which is not acceptable. So, order matters in subtraction. And for addition, it doesn't matter. Now watch what happens when I put 13 plus 10. I get 23. But 10 plus 13, I also get, 10 plus 13, I also get 23. I still get the same answer. It has the commutative property, but subtraction doesn't. So, the order doesn't matter in addition, but in subtraction, the order matters. So now that you guys understand that, like in the last video, we're gonna find the key words in solving problems. Now, I'll give you the basic. So you guys might know these basic subtraction words. Minus, let's see, take away, let's see, what other subtraction words? Difference, decrease, let's see, there's even more subtraction words. In fact, I think it's better if I show you guys. Okay, so if you guys take a look here, if you see these words in a math problem or a word problem, these are your basic keywords. Take away, decrease, minus, less, left, subtract, how many more, difference. So, all those kinds of subtraction words Here's another picture. Take away left, difference, subtract how much more, how many are left, decrease, remains, less than, minus. So those are all the subtraction words. Alright. Document. Okay, so far you guys learned that subtraction is addition's inverse operation. And you guys pretty much also know how to subtract because I just modeled it to you. So you guys already know how to subtract a 1 digit by a 1 digit. But what if I have more than 1 digit? Like in the last video, we had to add 1 digit. Well, I'm going to show you guys that now. 234 minus 46. Now, just by taking, if you guys remember what I said earlier, I said that subtraction does not have the commutative property. So if you take a look at the left side, we always want to start at the left side. With addition 2, 4 minus 6 is not the same as 6 minus 4. So you guys might panic or might not know what to do at this point. So what do? Well, the answer to what to do is there's something that you need to do called borrowing. So this is how borrowing works. Basically, you look next door to the other number, which is 3. So you take one amount away from 3, and if you remember that 3 minus 1 will give you 2, so we would write 2 up top here, and we would give that one amount to the 4, and it will make it 14. So now the 4 is no longer a 4, it's now 14, and now we still have 6. So now we can subtract. So we have 14 minus 6, which gives us 8. And 2 minus 4, we still have a problem, because again, 2 minus 4 is not the same as 4 minus 2. So we need to borrow again. So basically, we take away from the digit next door. We have 1, because 2 minus 1 equals 1. 12 minus 4 equals 8. And we just bring down the 1 since there's no digit. So our answer is 188. Let's try a different problem with borrowing. Alright, let's try something else. Let's try 678 minus 69. Alright, again, we have to borrow, because we can't subtract 8 from 9. So we have to borrow from 7. This is 6. We get 9. 0, 6. Sorry about my handwriting. So, 678 minus 69 gives you 609. So, that's how you borrow when you have that in a problem that has more than 1 or 2 digits. And it applies to a 2-digit also. So far you guys learned how to subtract. You learned that subtraction's addition's inverse operation, and you guys know how to subtract. It's the same as addition. You put the biggest up top. You start from the left. You borrow if the number up top is smaller than the bottom. So pretty much you guys get that. So now we're gonna try word problems like we did in the last video. Alright, here's our first word problem. It says Rachel has 37 stickers. She gives 23 stickers to Johnson. How many stickers does Rachel have now? So first we want to put what she started with up top. 37. Same with addition. And usually add or take away on the bottom, which is 23 in this case. So we don't have to borrow for this one. We do what we would usually would for a regular problem. 7 minus 3, 4. And 1. So she now has 14 stickers after giving 23 to John. So that was easy, even though there wasn't any key words. But if you read carefully and actually think about what's going on in the word problem when there's no keywords given, it also helps. Because in some problems and homeworks and tests, they don't usually give you keywords. And if that's the case, then really think about what's going on in the problem. Now let's try another one. Alright, here's another one. Jeremiah scored 153 points on a test. She went down 57 points. What is Jeremiah's score? Alright, so first she scored 153. Whoops, session. 153 points down. So obviously down would require subtraction. So that would be our key word. And 57. Alright, so let's try our problem. And if you look to the left, you'll obviously see that we have a problem. We see that the 3 is smaller than 7. So it looks like we're going to have to borrow. Let's borrow from 5. And now we got 4. Now it's no longer 3, it's 13. And we get 6. 4 minus 5, we can't do it. So we need to borrow again. And 14 minus 5, you could do it in your head if you want, is 9. So now Jeremiah has 96. Her score is now 96. And that is how you solve subtraction problems. Alright, so let's review what we learned. So you learned that subtraction is addition's inverse operation, but does not have the commutative property. You can't switch the order of the problem. And you also learned how to borrow. You learned how to subtract with smaller digits, and you learned the key words. And when there's no key words in a problem, you know to read carefully and pay close attention to what they're saying to figure out to add or subtract. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Later!